15-year-old boy hears sister scream, then horror sets in when he sees who's there. Big brothers usually get the connotations of being the protectors and guardians of their younger siblings. If a little boy or girl gets bullied in school, you can always expect that there's going to be a big brother or sister that will appear the next day to teach those bullies a lesson. The younger siblings look up to their older brothers and sisters with respect as a role model that when they get into trouble, their big sibling will always be there to cover their backs. This could sound like something we would see from a movie scene, but it certainly is true. They may not be too vocal about how they express their love and affection to their younger siblings. Much, but they definitely would step up to it when the need arises. They would never let them down. That's what makes them truly amazing. The same thing can be said about this big brother. In our story, Kyler Edmund and his younger sister were at their family home in Port Charlotte, FL last Thursday. Enjoying some good shows on TV, Tyler seemed to have everything steamrolling in his life. The 15-year-old, who was also a student at Charlotte County High School, has been described by his peers and teachers as a well-liked kid and a high-achieving pupil. He was taking honors classes. He was the perfect big brother that any family or parent would admire and was the kind of kid that anyone could be proud to call their son. And just as things were going well that Thursday, things took an unexpected and sudden turn. Kyle's parents were not at home at the time, so it was only him and his sister in the house. He went to the kitchen to get some food. Then he heard his sister screaming out of nowhere. It then became clear to him exactly what was happening. Someone was trying to force their way into their house. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office already received a lot of calls about a man acting strangely in and around the neighborhood where Tyler and his family were residing. Just as the local authorities arrived at the scene, the man disappeared. Shortly thereafter, another neighbor called 911 to report a second burglary in his home. This time the cops apprehended the suspect and discovered several stab wounds on his hand and side. He was then sent to a nearby hospital for medical treatment. The suspect, who has since been identified as 27-year-old Ryan Cole, has been reportedly arrested multiple times this year and is currently being held in Lee County Jail on burglary charges. According to a local news outlet, it does not yet certain if he will face further charges. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office says detectives are working with the state's attorney's office before filing additional charges. They want to make sure everything is in order and make sure there aren't any loopholes. Local deputies who arrived then confirmed that Cole was trying to break into the Edmonds residence when he was seen by Kyler's younger sister. Sheriff Bill Permel said Kyler Edmund was inside his home with his sister on Thursday afternoon when a man identified as Ryan Clayton Cole broke in. The suspect broke into this residence. A violent encounter ensued where we believe that the teenager was trying to protect the home and protect their younger sibling, Permel added. This is where Cole received multiple stab wounds. He then fled the scene and attempted to burgle a second home. Tyler was able to defend his home, and more importantly, his little sister from the incident. However, the unfaithful event had cost him his life. During a search of the area, the cops noticed the front door of the Edmonds home had been forced open. They found Kyle's body as well as his sister, who was unharmed in the attack. A spokesperson for the Edmund family, Crystal Stone, told a local news outlet that no hero can amount to Kyler, calling the teen his sister's keeper and his death. The community is now seeing his true strength. He loved his family. He was his sister's keeper, said Stone. The family's neighbor, Sean Kay, told the local news outlet that Kyler was a gentle soul. A GoFundMe page has been established to fundraise Kyler's funeral costs and a new home for the Edmund family. The page has raised more than $67,900 since it was published on Sunday local time, far surpassing its initial target of $25,000. He was only 15 years old and lost his life due to a senseless act of a stranger, says the GoFundMe page. This will allow Kyle's mom and 5-year-old sister to be able to get into another house so that they aren't faced with having to relive the traumatic experience over again. The Edmund family and their friends have planned a celebration of life ceremony for October 5th, local time, to help the fundraising effort. Stone revealed in a new update to the GoFundMe page that the family is planning to campaign for Kyler's law. What the law will entail. Just so far undisclosed. The 15-year-old boy from Florida is now being hailed as a hero after he lost his life, protecting his 5-year-old sister. Tyler had his life passed by so quickly that he had gone too soon, but despite that, he was able to show how much he loves his family, especially his little sister. He showed it perhaps how no one would have ever thought of by putting his own life on the line, Kyler will continue to watch over his sister and his family from the heavens above. Thanks for watching until the end. Be sure to tap the next videos for more incredible stories. Right here on Extreme Trends.